of jobs does a person does in a digital marketing agency? So what are the various roles which a person performs?
Okay, so let me just first of all explain what a digital marketing company does, right? So generally what happens is most organizations have a certain business objective. The business objective could be that they want to sell their product. The business objective could be they want to build a brand, so then people look for a product, they look for their company's product versus the other company's product. Sometimes you cross-sell and upsell to existing customers. You sold one shirt to one guy, now you're selling 3 shirts, right? Some of the business objective could be you want more people to come into your store in a mall, right? A physical store. You want to sell an airline ticket. So the thing is that every single company has a business objective that they want to meet. Our role as a digital agency is to make sure that we use the different platforms and technologies of digital to deliver on that business objective. So let's take an example, the business objective is to acquire customers. Then a platform like Google or Facebook is very, very useful in acquiring a customer. So our role is to make sure that they use Google and Facebook effectively to get the business objective. Suppose the business objective is to cross-sell and upsell to existing customers. Then a CRM platform, like there is a company called Netcore that sends emails, SMSs, WhatsApp to help you sort of retain the customer, grow the customer, and make the customer an advocate. So then the CRM bit of it is to be done by us. If the purpose of the thing is to do brand building, then certain platforms like YouTube are very, very effective for display advertising or video advertising point of view, which is useful in brand building. If the objective is to basically understand consumer trends, what kind of products consumers are going to buy, what kind of colors they're going to prefer, then social media listening through different products and services, whether you're listening through Twitter or listening to on Facebook or Instagram, is very useful to understanding what the consumer trends are. So now what happens is that as soon as you take your mind towards meeting the business objective of a customer, then you realize that you are relevant across every single facet of that company. So depending on what the business objective is, all these jobs are there. So now what happens is when you break up all these platforms, there is a job of a copywriter who writes ads for, let's say, Facebook and Google. There's a guy who does keyword research that what kind of ad should come up when a person is searching for a particular word. There is dashboard management to be done for social media platforms for understanding consumer trends. There are a lot of data analysts required who will understand the data and get actionable insights that a customer or a client can take based on the data insights that he gets. There are graphic designers who will do the user interface designing of a digital app or a website or the different digital products that we have to make for our company. So I think the way to look at it is, right, if you want to join the airline industry, there are hundreds of tasks there, right? There is baggage handling, there is a pilot, there is cabin crew, there is a technical engineer, there is a service engineer, there are people who do the planning of logistics. Now what happens is digital industry is almost the same. There are 100 different tasks to be done. And somebody who has to have an overview of what all tasks to be done, that's where, when you reach management and you become the CEO, then you have an overview of what we need to achieve as 4,000 people team. But almost you can say any skill set that you will have a role to play in a company which does digital. Because digital does almost every single thing that a company needs to do. So regardless of what skill set you have, I think it's important to understand the basics of digital. So integrate media experience, understanding how digital operates, having a digital mindset. So the bare core, you have to learn that, okay, everybody has to do, let's say, graduation, regardless of whether you want to become whatever in your life in the future, right? So there are certain base things that you need to do as a course. But after that, you can specialize into any further thing and play a particular role in a digital entity. But all I would like to say is digital is almost the age we're living in. There is not a single company and there is not a single task in the company that digital does not create a multiplier.